Hi, I'm Julie Meyer. I'm the CEO of Ariadne Capital, and I wanted to share with you exactly what we're doing with the ECO2 Investment Platform. This is the first product of any sort in Europe in the venture capital industry to match the requirements of large asset allocators and the fund management industry, the venture capitalists who are trying to back the best entrepreneurs and startups and to create value by building companies and creating investment returns for large asset allocators. Why is this important? Well, the European venture capital industry has really been a cottage industry. It's been a number of small partnerships. Many times they don't even raise a second fund. It's very difficult for them to raise capital. It's very difficult for them to add value. The value chain is very long. And what we are doing at Ariadne Capital through the ECO2 Investment Platform is separating out the different roles and responsibilities so that people can focus on the areas that they're expert in, and that together we can bring the capital to the platform, investing in the right portfolio managers who have the right investment strategies to back entrepreneurs across 508 million people in 28 countries. So the way that the ECO2 Investment Platform works is that Ariadne Capital, through its acquisition in Malta last year of Portcullis Asset Management, is the AFM holder. We are the fund management layer. We run the investment committee. We actually choose the portfolio managers. We empower them to get out into the market and to invest in the best entrepreneurs and startups in their area. Those are diversified across sector, stage, and region. It could be Nordic region healthcare. It could be German-speaking Europe retail, late stage to Series B. There is a diversification across these portfolio managers who are plugging into a set of shared infrastructure. What's that infrastructure? Well, first of all, it is the regulatory piece. It's the fact that we are providing a world-class regulatory platform, risk, compliance, all of the setup of these funds, enabling the right kinds of venture capitalists to go in the market and start investing, not having to spend time raising capital, setting up the investment firm, and so forth. So that regulatory platform cannot be overestimated in terms of its value, in terms of the cost savings, in terms of management time and time to market. The second piece of it, though, is Entrepreneur Country, which is a wholly separate business which has been set up to provide value to the ECO2 Investment Platform. There is no other investment platform in technology venture capital anywhere in the world where an entire company services the underlying portfolio companies and helps them go to market. How do we do that? By bringing those corporate partners in as partners to different ecosystems, from transportation to insurance to retail to travel. The corporate partners back these ecosystems where they know they're going to get access to the best investment opportunities and startups across the EU. In addition, we have a test piloting capability in Malta. Malta is a United Nations hotspot of people who are interested in trialing new opportunities. It's a social media obsessed early adopter group of people, and Entrepreneur Country has developed a test piloting capability so that the startups can establish product market fit early before they receive huge amounts of funding going in the wrong direction. So Entrepreneur Country is our go-to-market platform for the underlying portfolio companies. And then we bring the capital. Through 17 years of developing relationships with investors around the world, Ariadne Capital is able to bring the best family offices, pensions funds, sovereign wealth funds, corporate investors to the ECO2 Investment Platform so that these portfolio managers can stop spending all of their time raising capital and get into the market and invest money. All of that is framed by the ecosystem economics investment strategy. Ariadne Capital is creating a new category of investment opportunities. What do we mean by ecosystem economics? We mean clear economics. We mean an understanding of how this digital future is going to work. It's the digital playbook. We've analyzed why the platform companies are winning. We've applied that codification of their winning strategies to the rest of the world. So if you're a traditional business looking to get to the future and become a digital platform player and an ecosystem economics company, here's what you need to do. So our vision of how David and Goliath are dancing with the new consumer behaviors and engagement from citizens through Entrepreneur Country gives us an unusually strong understanding of the design of the future. That we have put together into our investment strategy with the capital, with the go-to-market, with the back office, to basically take huge layers of pain away from venture capitalists who want to back entrepreneurs and invest in technology opportunities. Together, the partners in the ECO2 Investment Platform will completely transform the financing of entrepreneurship in Europe. We're providing the first multi-manager product to large asset allocators who want to deploy capital into European venture capital. We are choosing some first-time managers and some managers who have track records of 23 years and 40% realized IRRs in different sectors, stages, and regions. We're bringing all of that to market, starting with our first close, the first open, on the 15th of September, 2017. If you're interested to receive more information as a portfolio manager, as a limited partner, or as a service provider, please get in touch. Thank you very much.
What we find in the asset management industry today is that the value chain is getting longer and longer. And the value chain is getting partitioned. Specialists are doing individual jobs. Now, what you actually want as a client, as an investor, is you want the guy who focuses on making and choosing your investments to focus really on just doing that. But regulations have become so burdensome. Operations, IT systems, policies, internal policies, the effort of raising money, the effort of communicating with investors on an ongoing basis, especially institutional investors, have become so overpowering that asset managers who want to own their own asset management firm are generally getting lost. They're losing focus, and that's not good for you as an investor. What is the answer? The answer is platforms. Everywhere in the information economy today, everything is moving to platforms. What is Uber? What is Amazon Marketplace? What is eBay? What is Airbnb? Those are platforms where demand and supply can meet in the most efficient way. Asset management is going just the same way. But will you believe it? Venture capital is the last to make that step. And Ariadne is the first doing so. When you think of financial institutions setting up in Malta, don't think that they're doing everything out of Malta. They do principally manufacturing out of Malta. So that is the compliance, the risk management, the governance, etc. And Malta is very good at that. Obviously, distribution, the job of being close to the client, is done everywhere else. And again, this is something that really excited me about Ariadne, not just the asset class of private equity and venture capital, but actually the pan-regional reach into the greater Mediterranean, into Europe, into Far East Asia and the rest of the world, with plenty of people willing to make the effort, be close to the client, and yet have a very focused local manufacturing base here in Malta. What's really special about Malta? Well, let me tell you, I had global roles. After being a particle physicist for almost 20 years, I was in the finance industry, in investment banking and asset management. At a pretty high level, I was part of the global executive committee of the asset management division in Deutsche Bank, managing 600 billion of assets. Why am I in Malta? And do you think that, well, I can still develop my career, I can still develop my clients? Yes, I've never looked back, because here in Malta, I'm advising multiple financial firms, and we're gathering so much experience of what works and what doesn't work. And we are in an ecosystem where basically everybody can observe lots and lots of small experiments, exactly like in an evolutionary niche where things are getting tried and what works survives. And we learn much quicker in Malta what works and what doesn't work. That also is important, for example, for our portfolio companies in terms of launching viral marketing campaigns, in terms of minimum viable product testing, in terms of feasibility testing, user acceptance, user take on click-through rates, what have you. So Malta is a great ground for test piloting. In fact, we see entire companies using Malta as a country to test something much bigger. I know, for example, of one local company together with a very large international that uses the entire Malta as a test bed for mobile payments to eventually go into much bigger countries and essentially an entire continent.
I'm Thomas Schildhammer, and I've joined Ariadne Group only lately. My background is in engineering, business development. I've spent many years in finance, and I'm now the Chief Operating Officer of Ariadne Group. Within the group, we've assembled a big pool of talent, expertise, network partners, and we put together a compelling business proposition. Our company will allow us to rewrite the new venture creation process in Europe. By choosing Malta as its headquarters, Ariadne can passport its services throughout the European Union. The pro-business attitude, an approachable financial services regulator, and a strong network of support services help to enable growth and innovation. The synergies between our business and their complementary offerings allow for scalability and bespoke services at the same time. As a platform business, Ariadne Capital Malta helps our specialist portfolio managers to focus on their core value proposition, to identify emerging disruptive technologies. Our advisory business will continue to deliver tailored strategic planning and financial engineering to its clients with a clear focus on synergies and sustainable accelerated growth. I'm looking forward to making Julie's vision a reality, adding value to society by enabling new ventures and exploiting opportunities. I'm following the entrepreneur. Will you?
We thought that Altadomus and Ariadne can have a very good partnership together, especially because of the way the regulatory landscape is changing. It's becoming much more complicated to run an asset management firm. So the idea of having a platform is much more appealing nowadays to asset managers, especially upcoming and new asset managers. In this way, Ariadne can focus on the asset management side, helping the clients to get more investors on board, finding the right acquisitions, etc. Whilst Altadomus can help on the governance side, administration, back office services, and all the regulatory supports that upcoming asset managers would need. The partnership starts just a lot before the actual fund is launched. So there's a process of identifying the right structure that the asset manager would need, going through the governance model as required, trying to find the right investors who would be interested in getting part of this project, and then eventually getting the required regulatory approval, in our case from the MFSA, from the Malta Financial Services Authority. This being said, the platform, both Ariadne and Altadomus, are international, so people who would like to use our platform out of Malta, say Luxembourg, Ireland, we're also able to offer the same services across different jurisdictions. So I think that is something very attractive to many fund managers who want to distribute the funds not only in one particular location, but on a Europe-wide basis.